Alright, welcome back to KSP. I actually tried doing a bit of a recording earlier today, and it did not go well, and I'll explain why. The problem is because... Come on, load. Load. You know you want to. There we go. Because the docking clamps, the docking ports on this section right here are broken, it's not draining any of the fuel out from these two tanks. Which means it's using the fuel here. So I have to manually transfer the fuel from these tanks into... excuse me. Into here. That's a problem. A massive, massive problem. So what I'm going to do is I am going to build another lab section, and I'm going to send it up here, and while all that's going on, I'm also going to bring this back. Now, there's a few things that I want to do beforehand, such as, come on, okay, so those are empty, so that's good. There shouldn't be, yep, nobody's in the crew cabin. Now, my problem, of course, is going to be the monopropellant. There's quite a lot of it on this ship. A whole heaping large amount of it, in fact. Of course, all those are full. So I actually want to transfer the fuel out of there and into this tank. Because, of course, I can use this as a storage tank. Because that's pretty much what it's there for. Is extra fuel. That should be full. That should be full. So all these should still be full. Because, of course, I've been so leery about using those that I've been using everything else. Because this thing looks so cool. I actually need to put on the next. Ouch. So I need another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need another 6. Ah, man. So that's 2 fuel pod missions. In order to put the next group of pods on here. But I'll do that at a later date. I'll probably do that like off camera. So that way you guys aren't sitting through the entire recording. So my main issue right now is I'm gonna lose a lot of monopropellant from this. But of course I'll be replacing it with even more monopropellant. So, you know, it's not really that big of a problem. I've got Bill in here, right? So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and deorbit this. And then land it and send it back to, and then build another lab section and put it in orbit. I know I'm going to lose a whole heaping large amount of monopropellant here because all these tanks down here have like 25 in them. And there's what? 8 tanks altogether? Should be 4. Well, there may be 6. But I just wanted it 8. There should be even across. Yeah, so there's 8 altogether. So I mean, that's 400 units of monopropellant. That literally is going to go down the drain, not counting what's in any of these. Which, okay, it looks like all these are empty. Okay, yeah. Those are all empty, so that's good. Do I have any empty monopropellant tanks? I do, in fact, actually have some empty monopropellant tanks that I can dump all that in. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause for a second and transfer all the fuel, all the monopropellant out from here and into here. And then when I come back, I will show you guys the deorbiting process for this section. All right, so you're going to see a cut. It's only going to be like half a second for you guys. But for me, it's going to be a long time. I'll be back. Alright. Bit of a weird angle for me to come back at, but we're done. More or less. Basically what I want to do now is I want to transfer some fuel, some of the monopropellant back into here. Probably about, okay, we'll say 6 units. Because I'm going to need it to get this thing sort of moving. But I also want to transfer all of the fuel from ship A to ship B. All of it. Why? Because I'm only going to be using a tiny bit, very small amount, to perform the maneuvers that I need to perform. Look at that. Man, that's insane. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this section here. I'm going to highlight this section here. We're going to go in. We'll take about 10, I think, should just about do it. And 15 of this, because it seems to be... Okay. So that should be enough. We're going to quick save just in case it's not. I've gotten all my data and all that stuff gathered and collected, but I am going to be collecting more data on the way down. So hopefully everything goes well here. So we're going to detach, undock that section. We're going to switch to it. Zoom out a teensy bit here. And the only thing we have plenty of is electrical charge. So turn on RCS. Thrust away. Fantastic. Okay, give a few tiny bursts there. Now I need to find my absolutely perfect retrograde marker. Okay. So we're going to turn the computer on, which of course is going to drain electrical charge, but you know, we've got plenty of that. Okay. Now, hopefully, if everything goes the way I want it to, we should have just enough fuel to get us on a suborbital trajectory. Because these engines don't use a lot of fuel very quickly, so they should be enough to get us back into home base. However, I can test my theory by burning the monopropellant that I have. RCS. So yeah, it's not going to take a lot of thrust to get us. So there's the monopropellant gone. We want to activate and activate. So you see how little fuel these things use. No! We're at 76. And we still got 2 oxidizer left. Man. Alright. Load the quick save. But that's why we made that quick save, was just in case that happened. So we have enough monopropellant to do the job. We're just going to need a tiny bit more fuel, it appears. So we'll select that and select that in. Do another 5 units, should just about do it, because I had 10 the last time, so there's 10 on there. And then, wow, that is so quick. Okay, we'll cut that down by 2. Do another quick save just in case that's not enough. So that should have about 20 altogether of both, because we were on 70. You know, you guys are right, maybe I should do 25 just to be on the safe side. Do that, and yeah, we'll do that. We can sacrifice a little oxidizer. Because I mean, everything else on here is still full. Not to mention, when I bring this new lab, the new lab section up, it's gonna be full. So, okay. So here we go again. Undock. Switch to it. RCS on. Thrust away. Down to 4. RCS off. Computer on. I know my velocity vector is about there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Activate engine. Not worried about this thing breaking because, of course, it's already broken. So. That should be enough, I think. If not, we will turn that on. Okay, that should definitely be more than enough. If we don't come down on this first pass, we'll come down on the second pass at least. So, we're going to deorbit this thing, sadly. You have been a good, tried and true friend. But you're broken. And because you're broken, we can't use you. But that's okay. We'll build another. However, see, the thing is, while I'm coming down through the atmosphere, I can get atmospheric science. Yeah, see, that's not going to give me much. Much of nothing. So, where are we, and where are we vaguely going to come down at? So, alright, we should be far enough away that time acceleration is not going to be an issue. I know we definitely have plenty of electrical charge. Okay. Because the thing is, I have to be quick about... So yeah, we'll keep actually processing in the lab. Oh yeah, that's right, there's nobody in the lab. Review. So yeah, we're going to keep that. Man, that is a sight, isn't it? Just like, there's a planet, there's a ship, and that is nothing but ocean in the window. There's some landmass over there, but if I just look straight down, it's like nothing but ocean. So what I'm trying to do is I need to get the atmospheric data. That's still 9. I already got that 9. Don't get me wrong. I could really use that 9 again. But that's 22. Yeah, we'll keep it. You know what I should have done? I should have added more fuels to this thing, because I could have used the engines to slow my descent. Yeah. Well, I've got 5 parachutes on this thing. So, not to mention, I have the old ladders. The other one's got the new ladders, so... So what I'm waiting for, hang on, let me first switch the camera view around here. There we go, that's a little bit more palatable. What I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to see those flame effects. Because those flame effects will be a good indicator of me being low enough in the atmosphere that I should be able to collect the low atmospheric data. So as you can see, my apoapsis is dropping, my periapsis is dropping, everything is dropping, and that's exactly the way it's supposed to be. Just that I need to get like suborbital. See, I don't think I'm going to get better than 9. But this will at least get me a little bit of extra science to play around with when I get back to the station. Not the station, the Space Center. So, good. Apoapsis at 70. We still haven't reached periaps. We're still above periaps, and our periaps is dropping quickly. So that's good. It's when we reach periaps that things get to be a problem, and our periaps is actually, like, time to periaps is actually climbing, so that means we should easily hit the atmosphere and be able to land this thing. Unfortunately, I have no idea where that's gonna be. Water. Ooh, grassland shores. Nope, water. Always with the water. If we turn the computer off, what'll happen? This thing will either flip wildly out of control or just straight up flip backwards. Hopefully it'll just straight up flip backwards. Yeah, it's trying to flip backwards. Now I can use the computer to try and help stabilize it somewhat as it's falling. There's those flame effects. Nope, still 9. So, alright, well, we'll keep that. Surface. So, yeah, we're going to smack into the water. That's alright. That's murder on the parachutes. We're gonna most likely lose, at the very least, this whole bottom section, maybe even the lab, but there's nobody in it, so it's okay. We'll keep time accelerating until we're close to the 500 mark, because of course the 500 mark is where things go wrong. Now if I'm lucky, dang, I was hoping the lab section would drop off, but it didn't. And wow, those parachutes are actually doing a fantastic job. I think we're still above the death point for the bottom section. But wow, it's actually trying to slow down. It might actually survive this, you know? Yep. Hey, wait. The capsule survived it. The capsule survived, so, you know... I wonder what it was targeting that it is not logged onto the capsule. No, 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 no. Trust me, I'm going to have a lot of debris to go through before I find that capsule. But I'm looking for the picture of Bill. Oh, you know what? I bet you it was attached onto that probe body. Because, of course, I forgot. There it was. Bill! That's what I need to recover. Everything else can be recovered later, just so long as I get Bill. Cool, so we're at 91 science. Not enough science to do anything with, but we got Bill back. So let me go here and clean up all of that. Look at that. 53 parts. Wow. Yeah, so we're going to axe the station. We already got rid of the flags. There shouldn't be... Are there any ships in the... Yeah, there's a ship. Oh, the probe body. Recover. Ooh, nice. We might actually collect a little bit of extra science as we go along through here. Might. Doubtful, but you never know. I'm probably not going to do all of this for you guys. I'll just, like, do it off camera or something like that. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to... Yeah, 53 freaking parts, man. Whew. See, I wish this thing had, like, a shift button. You know, like a shift control. Oh, well. We'll go back to the Space Center and get our new lab section ready to go. Okay, so as you can see, I ran into a tiny little glitch there with the graphics. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and call it quits. I will put the lab section back up another time. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. And to that, I'm going to say sayonara.